absolute best.
Yeah, they had us the first half, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, could be Wayne!
I think I got my swagger back. Oh!
I love it, baby!
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! By Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch.
Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back is Sayre. And Tennessee can say hello win column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now.
McGrath for the win. He got it. If you don't like college football and you watch this one, I'm not sure what your problem is.
Reddit did to do, and welcome into More Important Issues. It is Thursday, August 17th. We've got a great show for you guys. I'm excited for this one. We're gonna someone I was just thinking about just texted us because I was wondering, like, I always forget that I know a Kentucky fan.
Yeah, there's not many of them.
So I was hoping he'd come on the pod tonight, but he might be dodging us.
Yeah, he probably is.
That's fine. He did just text us. I guess we can't say he's dodging us, but he won't answer a FaceTime. We'll get there. I do want to ask him a question if he'll answer a phone call. We're going to rewatch Kentucky. Before we do that, we're going to give you guys we're going to build on our position preview because, guys, we're 17 days away from kickoff. That's real.
16.
That's real. 16, sorry. 17? 16?
You did think
We're
it was
16?
Wednesday.
I did think it was Wednesday.
Yeah.
I do also, I can't count either, so it's a whole mess. A whole mess. 16 days to kick off. Happy Peyton Manning Day. Can't wait. Except we don't get to be back in Neyland in 16 days. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, but it's football. And so high school football started tonight.
Well, it is Thursday.
Yeah. Rivalry Thursday, baby.
Who's on tonight? I kind of forgot about that.
Halls and somebody. I don't know who the other team was, but I know they're at Halls.
I'm risking a lot by turning on this game, but
shout out our boy Eric Kane, making his season debut on Rivalry Thursday. So shout out our guy.
I have a vision where he answers our FaceTime on the sidelines of a game during one of our live shows.
That would be sick.
So we need to get that rolling.
We should. That'd be awesome.
Good guy, Eric Kane, and he's a professional. He's good at his job, so he probably wouldn't answer.
Yeah, I mean, he tucks his shirt in. Dude. He's an absolute pro.
The hair's always looking good too.
Yeah,
you noticed?
Yeah, he's got it styled up.
Yeah. High school football's back.
Yeah,
though.
Something's back.
Go Keys.
Go Keys. Lady Vol Soccer up 3-0 on Cal. That's big.
Heck yeah.
So love that. Thanks, Ethan, for the heads up there. Let's get into it. What we got?
Let's get into it. We didn't even mention. While you're here, we know why everyone's here. The Drew Beam is going to be on.
In the cream. He wasn't in the cream, but we were in the cream.
He wasn't. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and dog him. He just
he left his jersey at the field.
Come on, dude.
He probably has too much cream. He's like, this is my one chance to wear orange. I'm going to do it.
That's fair. I respect that. That's an exciting interview. Can't wait for you guys to get to listen to that. Welcome on, Austin. All right, before we get into the show, I want to tell you guys about our good friends over at Underdog. Underdog is Knoxville's best sports collectible store with a wide selection of UT cards, autographs, and memorabilia. Whether you're looking for a Peyton Manning autographed helmet or the most recent Topps baseball card release, you'll find it at Underdog. The shop is owned by UT graduates and proudly supports UT sports by hosting NIL events throughout the year. Stop by the 640 Plaza at 4452 Western Avenue in Knoxville, near a Domino's. They're open 6 days a week with live YouTube shows 3 nights per week. Remember to always bet on the Underdog.
Do it.
The channel changed. What is it on now? Rivalry Thursday.
I have no clue. I don't have cable, so
I don't either. I have YouTube TV. You have Hulu Live. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but I don't know what it would be on. Is it like the CW?
No, they're way better than the Live Tour. No, it used to be on ABC or Used to be on Channel 8. What's Channel 8?
No.
Now it's on Channel 6, or it's reversed. I don't know. All right. Let's get into it. Let's talk linebackers.
Yeah. I think dude, I'm excited about this group. And I don't think I've said that in quite some time about the linebacker position, but you have depth, you have talent, experience, and I think that's all you can really ask for at this position. You have a guy that I feel like could probably be the best player on this team in Aaron Beasley, given what we saw in the Orange Bowl and throughout last season. And then you get a guy with a ton of experience, Keenan Peely, who from BYU transfer. Dude is 25 years old.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
25. I mean, I'm going gray. I'm sure he's right there with me. Like, we're almost the same age.
Right.
And then you have some young freshmen. You have some talented sophomores in Elijah Herring, Caleb Perry. You got those three freshmen, highly touted. Arian Carter, who you just see something about him every day, it seems like.
Right.
Jeremiah T-Lander, and then Jalen Smith, who played football at Grayson High School and, just was a tackling machine. So a lot of talent, built some depth. I mean, it's a complete turnaround from 2 years ago when, like, there was hardly anybody but walk-ons at the position. So solid group. And I think another thing that I really like about this group is you don't have the head cases.
Okay. Joey's going to like that comment a lot.
There was two. There wasn't just one. There was two.
That's fair. Which one's become a little bit more clear in the last few days. But I mean, yeah, I think this group, I am excited for him. So don't take this that I'm not, but I don't know how good they'll be, but I'm pretty confident that they're probably going to take the biggest jump.
Yeah.
Of any position group. And they're going to be really, really important to this team this year. I think, especially with, you want to see the run defense maintain where it was at, and then you want to see the pass defense drastically improve. And we talked about that. We dogged the DBs a lot, and I think some of it was well deserved, for sure. But I also think the linebackers played a big part in the lack of pass defense too. So I think they take responsibility. I'm excited for the speed that's there now. And so I think there's going to be a big jump for the linebacking group for those reasons.
Yeah. And I think the defense comes full circle. So, I mean, they struggled in the passing game, but also I feel like you had to blitz them a lot because you weren't getting home with four guys up front. So your defensive line just couldn't get to the quarterback. So you just send pressure. And then, when you're sending guys that aren't on that front line, then you're leaving a spot open. And I feel like that was something that definitely was exploited last year against Tennessee. So, yeah, I think that should be more improved. Hopefully you're more improved up front. I know Byron Young isn't there, but I think you have a lot better options and a lot more athletic at linebacker this year.
Yeah, for sure. And we kind of mentioned, you mentioned Arian Carter, rightfully so. We talked about him. I think the question was Sunday about if he'll start. And I think that's probably very positive that he may not start a game this year, because he looks to be one of the more, I know he's just a freshman, but a very talented guy on this roster. I mean, just add depth, baby. Add depth. You love to see it. But I mean, there's guys that you're going to see kind of in that second group this year, Elijah Herring and Caleb Perry. Their names were actually, Caleb Perry, did he block the extra point was that right?
Against
Kentucky?
Yeah. I was actually going to mention, even though he wasn't as big as a factor at linebacker, I think he made his presence felt on special teams. And that's what you're probably going to ask. The majority, I think Arian Carter's going to play, but, Jeremiah T-Lander and Jalen Smith, I feel like that's where you can find your way into more playing time is on special teams.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but yeah, I do like how it's a veteran group. I mean, it's crazy to think about Aaron Beasley's path to where he's at now. I mean, he was at running back, and then he was at safety, then a linebacker, then back at safety, back at linebacker. So, I mean, he's finally found his home, And I think it was like 2020 is when he was like, okay, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm staying. I think this kind of third year and with Brian Jean Marie and Tim Banks at DC, I think it's good for him. I think his best football is ahead of him because he hasn't really played that position a whole lot.
Yeah.
And you saw what he can do in that Orange Bowl, like how reckless and or I guess reckless is not relentless. I would say relentless, not reckless.
Okay.
Reckless sounds like you don't know what you're doing.
Teams guy.
Yeah, got a nose for the football, baby. I love that. I love that football line. Nose for the football. It just sounds cool.
You're saying it's just a football line? Is that what you mean?
Nose
it's just like a foot.
Yeah, it's like a football saying. It's like
okay. I thought you were like saying it's from a movie. Okay.
Oh no. Yeah,
gotcha.
I mean, I guess it could be from a movie.
It might be.
Nose
it's
for the
probably
football.
been said in a movie.
That's what like every coach.
That's how you describe.
Like
that's how you describe
football.
A white linebacker, pretty much.
Yeah, nose for the football. Yeah,
he's got a nose for the football.
Tackle and fuel.
Yeah, you don't want to be described as that because they're kind of saying like he might not be the most athletic person, might not be the fastest, the strongest, but he's just got a nose for the football.
Yeah,
grit.
Yeah, and like Aaron Beasley is a little undersized.
He is undersized.
I mean, he does have some speed on him, but yeah, he has a nose for the football. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
It is shocking, like how small he is compared to a guy like Jeremy Banks.
Yeah,
who's not like massive. He's not going to be on the big end of. But you see them lined up together out there.
Well, Jeremy Banks had dreads. It made him look bigger and more.
Okay. Oh, you're saying he's not as big as the depth chart might say?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Roster.
Maybe.
Okay. It's not on the depth chart. There's not height and weight on there. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm a football guy. I got to correct that. That's meaningful to me. Dude, it pisses me off how much Campbell County looks like Florida right now.
Is it Campbell County and Halls? That's the game.
It's a rivalry Thursday, baby. I will say this. They're playing blue on red right now, and it looks fantastic. More solid on solid colors, please.
Yeah, let's do it.
Pretty please.
I don't really have a lot more for the linebacker position. Again, I just think they're more athletic. I think your starters are probably Aaron Beasley and Keenan Peely to start. And then I think you'll have packages like you did last year with Elijah Herring coming in and blitz packages on third down. I think Arian Carter will play a ton. And then games.
Third down.
Yeah, let's play more 3 linebacker sets. I like that.
Okay. Kind of like you want 4 wide receivers.
Yeah.
3. Take me back to 2008. 3 linebackers and 4 wide receivers right now.
Yeah, it sounds like a recipe for disaster if you're on defense, but yes.
Not together, not at the same time.
Yeah. It would actually help us if the opposing team wants to put 3 linebackers out while we have 4 wide receivers. I'd be cool with that.
I'm at this point, I think I just play like 1 linebacker if I'm the opposing team.
Okay. You want all DBs.
Yeah. Well, I just think like
you basically want 7-on-7.
Yes, correct. Well, maybe not if we play Nico. Dude, I swear that's the only highlights you ever saw of Nico was 7-on-7.
Yeah. Well, his team wasn't really good anyway.
Right. Yeah, I think, Tennessee's just going to run the football down your throat and just you kind of got to – I mean, I would say accept that, but we're going to get into that later on too, how Tennessee can kind of just score no matter what. So maybe don't do that. I don't know what to do against Tennessee.
Yeah.
Kevin Steele's got it figured out. Don't worry.
Right. I would like to see us play, a little bit more in the backfield. You saw Aaron Beasley. I think he had 13.5 tackles, which is like tackles for loss, which is like 6th in the SEC. But I'd like to see all of our linebackers kind of play in the opposing backfields. And then, if we could get an interception every now and then, that would be cool too.
Turnovers would be awesome.
Yeah. Or stripping. If you give up a completion, you have to strip him.
Landon would like the linebackers to start stripping. Please.
Yes, please.
Yeah, no, I think, I said it last year. I think it's no matter how, let's say Tennessee's defense is significantly improved this year, which I think I think they are better. I don't know if significantly improved is the right word, but I think they are better. I think regardless, success is going to rely on getting turnovers. Like, this team has got to find a way to get off the field early.
Yeah.
And like, not just success for the whole, I mean, that's like or not just success for the defense, but for the whole team. But I mean, that's your offense is what your offense is going to be, and they're going to score points because of it. So you have to find a way to get yourself off the field. You can't rely on the offense to keep you off the field. So yeah, you got to find a way to get turnovers. And with how much you make teams throw, yeah, you should have an interception a game, 2 interceptions a game.
Yeah, and if you're able to cash in on those turnovers, you see, we're about to talk about this Kentucky game. You see what it can do.
Yeah.
Like, it's a complete blowout. If you're able to get stops, get turnovers, get a short field, this offense is going to take care of it. And we're going to score a lot of points really quickly and make teams quit. And that's what Kentucky did.
I wish it could have. I don't know. I care about the Titans, but apparently it doesn't keep them away from drafting people that throw 4 interceptions to people who didn't catch the football all year. I don't know.
I feel like they're trying to find like a diamond in the rough quarterback and like luck out.
He's in the rough, so there's a start.
Yeah, I mean, it's
you're on the right path.
He ain't finding that ball.
You're looking in the right area.
Yeah. But yeah, they just can't figure it out. Whatever. Sorry, Titans fans. But that's all I got for linebackers. You got anything else?
I don't think I have anything to add.
All right.
I don't know. Speaking of living in the backfield, Halls. Campbell County's offensive line is having a go of it. Some dude just got teabagged.
Nice.
Love to see it.
Kentucky.
Funny. Okay, I'm sorry. One last thing for this. Thursday night in next week, we'll see Florida this looks beautiful. So it's Florida, Utah on a Thursday night. Utah could go all red and Florida could go with their home jerseys. It'd be this exact same matchup.
Do you like Florida's new black jerseys?
No.
I don't either.
But I feel like if you like Tennessee, you almost have to like them.
Yeah, they're kind of very similar.
You could argue Tennessee's orange pops a little bit more, but at the end of the day, like, they're pretty much the same. Black is black.
Yeah.
So.
Which Kentucky got to figure out Tennessee's black uniforms. It seemed to have scared Will Levis. And let's set the tone where we're at. This is October 29th, a couple days before Halloween, 7 o'clock on ESPN. Number 19 Tennessee versus number 19 Kentucky versus number 3 Tennessee.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Kentucky's never seen that number next to their name.
Sellout crowd.
In football.
Tennessee was 11.5-point favorites, which that seems wild to me. I guess we are number 3 at this point, but that just seemed like a huge number at the time.
Well, to be fair, it's essentially a touchdown because you're going to get 3 or 4 points for the home team. So,
okay, yeah,
it's not that crazy.
Yeah. But dude, Will Levis, horrible.
Whoa. I want to add one more thing to the context.
Okay.
This for the first time I can remember, other than like Checker Nealand. You saw something on the Jumbotron that was like a Tennessee fan did, I guess. I guess it was a Tennessee fan that did it. The spooky Rocky Top.
Yeah, that was kind of creepy.
I didn't actually think they'd play it, but I saw it on TikTok that week or YouTube One.
It was pretty cool.
I thought it was awesome. And like that would suck to play any other time of year, but Halloween night game.
Could you imagine us playing in like September 9th
at a noon kickoff? Yeah, it'd be terrible. But no, the time was right, man. And I just remember that whole intro was really cool because that was my first time back in Neyland since the Alabama game because I didn't make it to the UT Martin game.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was the tone was set on that hallowed ground. It was good. It was a good time. It was a good opening. Great.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked it was at 7 o'clock on ESPN, but
I feel like Kentucky, we always get a night game with Kentucky.
Yeah, but it's usually really cold, which it worked out. We were at home, and this was earlier in the year. Yeah, Will Levis just as bad of a game as you could have. I mean, from him putting 400 yards up the year before against Tennessee to 98, he was 98 yards, 16 for 27, 3 interceptions. And this was also a coming out game for Danico Slaughter. I feel like him and Brandon Turnage, this is where you saw like these should be your 2 cornerbacks.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. They weren't going forward, but yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. You also saw Danico Slaughter's famous hit on the Kentucky wide receiver, flipped the ball up in the air. Juwan Mitchell picks it up. Takes
Which
it
I
for a
thought
big win.
in real time, I thought they ruled it a catch and fumble because I thought it hit the ground in real time. And I was like, that's coming back. There's no way that's a catch. Credit to Juwan Mitchell. That was a great play.
Yeah.
Not just on the return, the catch.
Right.
Yeah,
And
that dude got rocked.
dude, I mean, that's a nose for the football.
That is a nose for the football
Like,
type play.
See it and go for it.
You jumped ahead a little on me since
Sorry.
I don't know if Austin actually is in here by mistake. He didn't realize. Did he really not realize it was a Kentucky episode?
I don't know. Maybe not.
Okay. So I did want to call him, but since he's here, we'll just ask. What, like, from a Kentucky point of view, because I even thought, oh, we're in for a game when they go back down the field, drive the length of the field behind Chris Rodriguez, score a touchdown. I got a little more hope that it might be a blowout when we blocked the extra point. That felt good. Then Tennessee has to punt on that next drive.
Yeah.
You thought you were going to win, didn't you, Austin? Just say it. You thought so.
He definitely did. Well, I do love how we scored a minute 27 seconds because Jalen Hyatt. Like, how do you, after the Alabama game, how do you lose Jalen Hyatt?
Yeah.
That's one guy. It's like anybody could be open, but do not let that guy open.
Or sorry, I think we punted on our second drive and then they scored.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
What's
hilarious is we scored. We did score before this, but Tennessee punted with like 9 minutes left in the first half or first quarter. Had punted like 3 times in 3 games. Punted with 9 minutes left in the first quarter, but they had already scored 7 points.
Right. And then, yeah, we blocked the extra point. I mean, I guess it was the biggest momentum swing you could ever have because Kentucky had no answer after that.
Well, sort of. And then we let them back into it because Chase McGrath, who just a few weeks earlier had kicked a game winner.
Yeah, whatever.
Game winner, misses a whatever it would be, extra point. So they're only down 7 at one point.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then Princeton Fant runs in a touchdown. Jalen Hyatt scores another touchdown, which it's like, again.
Does Jalen Hyatt things.
I think it was a 2-play drive. We scored in like 15 seconds on that drive right before the half. That made it 27-6. Man, it was over.
That was after their dominating drive. It never felt like they had a chance. Like they couldn't get anything going. They got into 3rd and longs often.
It did scare me a little bit when we went up 13-6 and we missed our extra point.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, oh God.
Yeah. No, I until Tennessee scored that next touchdown, I was like, we're in for it tonight. Like, it's going to be like last year. Especially because their touchdown drive was just very commanding. Will Levis did drop in a good pass on 2nd or 3rd and short. So their tight end did throw a good ball, give him a chance. So yeah, I thought we were in for it. It did make me feel like maybe Will Levis wasn't going to be able to go the length of that game when he got absolutely rocked by Amari Thomas.
Yes.
I really didn't think he'd be able to go the length.
He did. And which they were like on the call, it was just like, yeah, he lowers his shoulder and look at the contact. I'm like, dude, he got freaking drilled.
He got hit hard. I don't think it looked as hard live. And then when you saw where he got hit into, I don't know who it was. It was somebody engaged that was being blocked. And he got hit really hard into them too. So he kind of like pinballed off of him.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
But they also had a 24-yard completion in this game, and they only threw for 98. So on one play, they got like a fourth of their yards.
You love to see it.
Yeah. I mean, what they have, 200 total yards? 204 total yards?
Sounds right. Also, you had a D. Beckwith appearance this game, but in another jersey.
That was weird. Yeah. He rushed 3 times, I think. Yeah, it was
all at the
strange.
end. Yeah. They were saving Chris Rodriguez, just resting him for bigger games.
Yeah, I mean
that was good to stop him because I legitimately believe Chris Rodriguez is a top. He's a very good back. I don't know where you even put him in the SEC, just partly because of the team he plays on. But like if you're an SEC team, you would gladly have taken him on your roster.
Oh yeah. Well, it's so strange that he rushed for 4.3 yards per carry. They had another guy rush for 5 yards per carry, but they only rushed 36 times for 107 yards.
Yeah.
It's like, why were you still running the ball?
Well, they can't do it. They tried to do other things.
Right. I mean, this is the game where I remember when the Titans drafted Will Levis, and all the Titans fans were just like, "Did you watch the Tennessee game?" And I remember thinking the same thing, but actually going back and watching this game, I was like, "Holy crap, Titans! What are you doing?"
Yeah, that one was clearly not on tape. Very clearly not. I guess
not. Yeah, they lost that one.
Hey, do you know our boy Eric Kane got a promotion?
What do you mean?
He's in the booth.
Is he?
Yeah.
Good
he's in the middle too.
Wow.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but yeah, he's in the middle.
Wow. Good for him. Yeah, I think
we can't call him now.
The sideline reporter is Casey Funderburg.
It is.
Gotcha.
I thought maybe they had two, and then they just showed them in the booth, and he's right there between Mark Packer and Austin Price.
Okay.
Look at him just rubbing elbows. Bigs.
He's grown up so fast.
He has.
I don't really have anything else really for this game. I mean, Tennessee blew out Kentucky.
It was so much fun.
And it was awesome.
It was so much fun.
Yeah. I mean, that was payback for 2020.
Yeah. Austin, I had a lot of fun that night. I hope you did too.
Yeah. But that was the game where it was like, yeah, it's a trap game, Kentucky, Will Levis, Tennessee's coming off their.
I thought we should beat the brakes off of them.
Yeah, we did.
And we did.
We did. Most definitely did. All right. Well, got a great interview coming up with. Actually, we do have some football news that we probably need to discuss before we do that. So Tennessee did lose 2 freshmen for the year. Deshaun Bishop and Tyree Weathersby out for the season with injuries in fall camp. And then, did you see Mike Matthews play last night?
I did. I've seen the tweet, but I haven't watched the video you posted.
Dude, can't wait.
Got something?
Can't wait.
Yeah.
I mean, dog finishing blocks and then just making like 8 people miss on one play. I'm in. I'm all in. And then on Monday, 5-star edge rusher Jordan Ross will make his decision between Tennessee, Florida, Texas, and Alabama. So that's coming up. Just keep an eye out for that. And all right, that's all really I have. Do you have anything to add to that?
Just while we're trashing Kentucky, Josh Pate just tweeted, some of the best intel I'm hearing from any camp is coming out of Kentucky. There'll be a problem.
Yeah, problem for themselves.
First off, I like Josh Pate a lot. I'm not trying to dog him. But how can you you haven't even seen him with your own eyes. How are you given that take just based on people who are probably employees of the University of Kentucky?
Well, yeah. Didn't we talk about this on the last show? No one has a bad offseason.
It's true. It's a good point.
No one has ever in the history of sports had a bad offseason unless maybe you draft Will Levis. Unless you're JG, yes.
This guy somehow weaseled his way into a lot of starting quarterback positions in the offseason.
Yeah. He's never had a bad offseason. That's insane.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's get to our interview. I'm excited for this one. I hope y'all enjoy it.
Yeah, get some baseball in here.
Guest, we all have almost all of us, not the guy that usually wears the cream. The rest of us have
you had to wear something
Drew
different
Beam look. This is Drew Beam, Tennessee pitcher or USA baseball pitcher, whichever you prefer to call him. He is both. Thanks for coming on, man. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Appreciate you having me on.
Yeah. Can we say thank you for your service? Is that stolen valor if we do that?
I don't know if I'm worthy of that yet.
You got to win the what is the
World Baseball Classic?
World Baseball Classic.
Yeah,
I can't even remember the name of it. Okay, so we'll wait till you're on the mound there, and then we'll start.
For sure.
We'll start saying
for
it.
sure.
We before we got on, I said we can talk about golf. I'm going to talk about it real quick. Did you pick up the game because you realized to be a major league pitcher, you're going to have to play a lot of golf to fill in the time?
Yeah, I got here and they told me I wasn't allowed to swing a baseball bat, so I picked up playing golf whenever I got here.
They let you do that? I feel like that's
Yeah, I guess. I feel like all pitchers do it, so
yeah.
Got to.
Well, we had a random person message us and say, "How come you can't beat your dad?" And when he uses a 5-iron and a putter.
Yeah, we'll see about that. He still hasn't actually gone out and challenged me to that, so we'll see if he can. See if he can actually beat me.
Yeah.
We'll need the results from that as soon as that challenge occurs. Okay.
He was real good back in the day. We'll see if he can still swing it.
We could make this a thing. We can, create some content out of it if you want us to. We can get this on video.
Little tournament, get it going. I'm down. Yeah. That'd be fun.
Let's do it. So Beam and the Cream, awesome name. Is it your favorite uniform?
I love the Creams. They're awesome. They're one of our kind of thicker jerseys, so some of the other guys don't love it whenever it's super hot. But I really enjoy wearing the Creams. I think they look good. I think they're our best looking uniform.
Sure.
Personally, I think the Blacks come in real second place right behind them, but the Creams have a special place in my heart.
Okay. And so if next year, probably not going to be a Sunday guy, just throwing that out there. I know nothing. I'm just saying. So if you're pitching Friday, Saturday, we still rocking the Creams?
I don't know. If they give me the choice, probably.
Okay.
I know it's been traditional, wear whites on Friday night. So I guess we'll see if it comes down to letting me have the choice.
Okay. Yeah, I just think it'd be weird. It would take some adjustment to get used to that.
I would say I've only pitched a handful of times. I guess away games I've pitched in other uniforms, but at home, I think I've only ever pitched at home once not being in cream.
Dang. When was that?
I was about to say, was that on a Sunday?
It was super regionals.
Okay.
That makes okay.
Yeah, or super regionals. There's regionals against Georgia Tech.
Okay.
We wore black.
All right. Well, if they ask when you lobby for the Creams, Chad Dallas came on the show and said that pitchers get to choose the uniforms. That's what he told us. That's why he wore white on Fridays. So you just say that's the rule. That's what they said.
Yeah, I guess.
Chad Dallas, not us.
Well,
Chad Dallas said it. Then,
he's going to do whatever anyway. If anybody else is going to wear black and he wanted to wear cream, he's wearing cream. So
yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'll just say he said so, and that I get to pick. I guess.
Yeah, there you go. So you had a weird kind of story to Tennessee. You missed your last 2 seasons of baseball in high school due to injury and then COVID, obviously. So what was that kind of like? You already committed to Tennessee, but was that recruiting process weird? Was there kind of any doubt on what's going to happen?
I was so scared whenever I found out, one, that I wasn't going to play my senior year, but then 2, I was going to go into college being injured. I was like, I got no clue what's about to happen, but I called Vitello instantly. Called Vitello and Coach Elander, and I was just told him straight up. I was like, hey, this is happening. Got to get surgery. And they're like, it's cool. Give me a surgery, come rehab it, and rehab was going to work out where I was going to finish my rehab up here in Knoxville. So it worked out perfect. Got to finish my rehab, getting back into throwing up here with the trainers and with the coaches and stuff. So it all worked out well and timed out perfectly. I got to, body was well rested, went through a really good rehab, figured out my body a little bit. So not happy that it happened, but it couldn't have happened at a better time, I think.
Sure.
Do you think there were Sorry. Yeah, do you think there were any what you would call major changes? You go through that rehab process. Obviously now you're at a college, you're in a college program, you're in a college weight room. Do you feel like there were any drastic changes to your pitching style that maybe happened that probably, helped you, I would guess, based on the results?
Yeah, I think coming back from rehabbing, you learn how to throw again, but it's not completely new. But you remember your base, you remember your foundation, and then all the things you work on afterwards. It's kind of I guess it's almost new again. So you really get to refine what you knew in the past you needed to work on. It wasn't really built in there anymore because it had been so long since I had thrown. So it was easier to work on things and fix things that in the past had been an issue.
You had to drop the bad muscle memory. So
exactly.
So there is something to Tommy John then. I mean, there's some conspiracies. I won't say I'm a leader in it, but after seeing Ben Joyce throw, like kind of maybe thinking Tommy John, maybe they do something in that surgery that is helping pitchers. I don't know. I won't call it, I won't call it performance enhancing. I won't say that. I won't use those words, but maybe there is something to it.
It definitely lets you slow down and just like take back and understand why, like how much you love the game and how much like why you do it. And just coming back, just kind of got to watch other guys like my whole senior year. I didn't get to play. So I'm sitting here basically in a coaching perspective, like a player coach, just watching the game and understanding the game in a totally different perspective. And, not playing every day. I'm sitting there just watching other people and how they do things. And, it kind of opened your eyes to a different world of baseball that I wasn't used to.
Yeah, you talk about loving the game. You also played football, hence the nickname QB1. Who is the better quarterback from Blackman? Is it Juwan Jennings or Drew Beam?
Ooh, see, we were different. He's a crazy athlete. Like, dude's a baller and balled out at Blackman. And he made some crazy athletic plays. I think I had the better players around me. So may give him. It'd be cool to go back and just
battle it out.
Get me and him at Blackman for a QB competition. That'd be fun. Just do something. But I don't know. He's a different kind of freak athlete, and so I might give it to him. But he made some crazy plays that it's been forever since he's in high school, and people still talk about things he did at Blackman. So, and it's cool that we both went here, both played high school quarterback at Blackman. So.
Yeah, seemed to work out for both of y'all.
That competition would do numbers. People would drive 3 hours, probably more than that.
I mean, we're talking about that creating content. That's content right there.
We have first rights. It was said on this podcast. we have first rights to broadcast that because that would do well.
I know he does. I know he does a camp. I don't know if it's at the high school, but I know he does like a free camp. Sometime during the summers and stuff. So maybe we figure something out. I miss games. I do not miss a thing about football practices.
Okay.
I think locker rooms and stuff are fun. Just kicking it with 100 guys. That's a lot of fun. But football practices 2-a-days and stuff like that I'm much happier just being a pitcher.
Yeah.
But Friday nights and then obviously in college Saturday night football games are something different. I do kind of miss that.
So you wish you were on the sideline for that Alabama game, or were you on the sideline?
I made it to the sideline after the won. I made it down there.
Yeah.
I want to talk about your freshman year because you come out also with all newcomers in that weekend starting rotation. Kind of what was that like learning you got the job, number one, that first Sunday, and how do you go or jump forward, I guess, all the way to super regional? How did you feel like you maybe changed or grew? Like, what was that kind of process like?
Yeah, in the fall, I kind of thought, okay, I'm going to fill in as a reliever role, figure out, get some innings here and there, maybe get a Tuesday start, and then came back out in this kind of preseason, had some good outings, threw well, and then Tidwell ended up getting hurt. And, very unfortunate, wish the best for him. He's doing great with the Mets. But he ended up, getting hurt, and there was a spot open now because we knew Dolander was going to, be in the rotation. Burns had kind of proved himself. So Burns was going to be in the rotation. But that third spot was kind of up for grabs. So I was like, all right, this, time to turn it on. Let's try and get this. And we go Saturday after that first series, the Saturday game. Coach kind of pulled me and Hollis Fanny aside, and we're like, hey, kind of told both of us. He was like, don't know which one of y'all, but just be ready if it's one of y'all. And I don't know if he was doing that just because he didn't want me to sit at home all night and, work myself up over it, or if he wanted to just, or if he actually didn't know. I got no clue. Never asked him about it. But it came in Sunday morning. Name was on the starter roll. And then, it kind of went from there. And then I feel like I grew up astronomically as season went on, especially getting all the way to the end of that season. Just went from, high school, just kind of threw it down the middle, threw 3 pitches and kind of got whoever you wanted out that way. There'd be a few guys that were competitive. Starting SEC play, I started out really hot, really well. I was like, okay, this is fun. But I started to figure out things about myself and about, how college baseball is. It's a whole lot different. It's a whole different animal than high school baseball, especially SEC baseball. And kind of got to the end of my freshman year and started battling some fatigue and realized I've never thrown this much and needed to kind of take care of my body more, and didn't realize that. And I think I really took advantage of that going into my sophomore year and took all the way through sophomore year, whereas I took care of my body more. I felt a lot better at the end of the season. Wasn't tired all the time. So yeah, I think I learned a lot from that freshman year, and it was obviously a great year. That was the most fun I've had in forever. So that year was really special.
So you did kind of get to enjoy it in the moment? Because, I mean, I would think as a freshman, you kind of, maybe not thrown into it's the right word, but you're a Sunday starter all of a sudden. Feels like that might be a whirlwind. But I guess that season was probably pretty easy to enjoy.
Yeah, it was.
And you haven't thrown in 2 years really, like in like a real game. So
yeah.
how was that? Kind of. Was it just like, all right, the first pitch is out of the way, I'm good now?
Yeah. Once the first pitch was gone, I think it was like a year and a day after my surgery was that Sunday that I started, and so it was just such a relief, like getting back out there and like actually throwing, and doing well and stuff like that. It was cool. I could take it in. I really enjoyed that season. It wasn't it was something I wanted. I wanted to come to college and be a starter. So I was never I always believed in myself. So it wasn't like a shock to me. Oh, I'm starting. Like this is a whole lot of things I wasn't expecting. Like didn't expect it to happen that fast, but it was more than ready for when it happened.
Yeah, and some pitchers are kind of all over the place with their emotions on the mound. We saw what Burns did. Dolander had his moments, but you just seem like Mr. Steady Eddie on the mound. Do you like the mound strut? And you also have one of my favorite gifts of all time of you blowing the kiss after you're walking off the field. So what's kind of your demeanor on the mound, and then like who'd you blow that kiss to?
Yeah, so I think just the whole like steady as a racehorse is basically what I've always thought is like racehorse have blinders on, so they don't see anything outside. They always got what's in front of them. So like while I'm pitching, I don't want to, never want to get too high or low on myself. It's a steady, it's a long game. So that's just something that I think I attribute it back to football too, is you can't really, if I show too much emotion as a quarterback, you're the leader, everyone looks at you, everyone comes to you for the play and everything. So if you're too down or way too high on yourself, like it can affect others, and it can, get people off track or really put other people down. So I think just staying that steady, like you said, that's part of my game. That's just who I've always been. So that just kind of helps me get through things. If I get too high on myself, then I don't want to get stoop boastful and stuff like that. It just makes me big headed, and I don't want to be that way. And if you get down on myself, that obviously throws everybody off. You don't want to be, if you're down on yourself, there's no way you can compete to your highest level. So just staying, steady headed, keeps me just competing at the way I want to compete. And then, the kiss. Who were we playing? Was it Mississippi State or was that?
It was Vanderbilt.
I thought it was home game.
It definitely was Vanderbilt. Yeah. So, what did he do? It was something during his at bat, and I think I ended up walking him, but he was doing something not exactly the Soto shuffle, but it was something another like that where I think I threw it inside, and he kind of chirped at me when I walked him, and I was like, whatever. Like I think I should have struck him out, but umpire called it a ball. Whatever. It was something close. He chirped.
He probably heard
I
it
didn't
from
say.
me.
Yeah, I chirped, or he chirped. I didn't say anything back to him, and then I struck out the next guy. So I was like, and he was like kind of saying something to me. So I was just like, I couldn't hear him. I don't know what he said, but I was like, I never show emotion. I was like, screw it. And I looked at him. And he was like, we were locking eyes, and so I was like, whatever. So I blew him the kiss. Okay. And didn't even think about it. Didn't remember it. Got pulled out of the game. Go to my phone, and 3 or 4 text messages. Why'd you blow a dude a kiss? I was like, dude, I got no clue.
Landon's already made it a GIF.
Yeah, I was like, I had to go back and rewatch that at bat against him to even remember like why I did it. So I guess that's like, I don't really ever show emotion. That was kind of crazy that I even did that. That's my version of, the Dollander scream and all that. So
oh yeah, I love it. I mean, I guess that's why it was such a big deal, because you never do it, and you're like, oh, he blew a kiss. That was different.
Yeah.
So you grew up a Tennessee fan, right?
Absolutely.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. We have that. Do you know your teammate, no longer teammate, Jared Dickey, was an Alabama fan before?
Yeah, I heard about that. I didn't understand it. Yeah, but
that's rough.
I knew at some point. Yeah.
He got converted.
We're good.
He's on the good side now. We're good.
So have you always had a hatred? I mean, you may not care at all about Vanderbilt.
I don't like that. Yeah. I didn't really hate them growing up. As I got closer and closer to college, it became more and more, I don't like you at all. So yeah, there's some behind the scene reasons for that too,
right.
But I'm not gonna get into that.
I did some homework. From Blackman High School to Vanderbilt's baseball stadium is 35 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you against Vanderbilt, 15 and 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. And 1 complete game shutout, just for shits and gigs.
In case someone happens to hear this.
Hey, you don't have to worry about your bat being checked.
Yeah, dude, that game was so much fun. that game was cool. It was for the sweep. I don't think it'd been forever since we had swept or even won a series at Vanderbilt.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like it'd been like 2008 or something. I think it was something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember we all got on the bus after that game, and someone said it. I don't know who tweeted it. You might have been, I don't know. Somebody tweeted it. It was like his first time Tennessee has won a series at Vanderbilt in so long. We're like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Did it happen at Lindsey Nelson, or was that the series that there was a series Vanderbilt and Tennessee? It would have been around 08. It probably would have been maybe 09 when Cody Hahn got his bat checked by Tim Corbin.
Yeah. He was rounded second, and Tim Corbin was almost to the pitcher's mound trying to check his bat. Yeah.
I didn't even know about that.
Oh yeah. There's layers.
Yeah, it's not the first time he's checked a bat for Tennessee. So yeah.
They don't check bats after strikeouts. I don't know why. It's very weird.
Yeah.
It's the same bat.
Yeah.
You did get to experience this year. You come in right after the Drew Gilbert walk-off that everybody knows about. But you get to see the Zane Denton hit against Clemson. Kind of this, not the same, but kind of the same, like in a regional, down to your final out, and Zane Denton does that. What was that game like? I know it's a little different from being at home, but man, like that was an all-time moment for Tennessee baseball.
Dude, I think I sweat 20 pounds that game. I was nervous. Like that was and then dude, he hit that. I wasn't even watching.
You weren't even pitching, right?
No, I was in the dugout, and I turned around. I turned around to grab something. I hear a crack of a bat, and everybody else is looking out into left center field. I missed it.
Oh, man.
I didn't even see it. I was pissed, but
that's tough.
Yeah, that dude. He just knowing him, and then also just like the fact that he like did that, like, and that whole game was crazy. Like we're down to our last strike, and then down to a review that they would have won it. And then we reviewed, and so I don't know, that game, everything went right for us in the end. Yeah. I was more than happy because I feel like, I think if we had lost, we still had a chance to get back into it. But whoever won that game, it was so easy. It was gonna be so easy to win the regional, just because you had everything else lined up.
Right. Well, and that's the thing is like things started going our way, and you're like, this is different. Like you're a Tennessee fan. So, things don't really go Tennessee's way very often. So, the fact that it did, it was like, man, are we a team of destiny? That's what it felt like anyway.
It felt like it. For a minute. We enjoyed that. You're right, though. Like, the tension in that game built up. Not only was it a great baseball game, just overall great baseball game, but both teams knew it. Both fan bases knew it, that whoever won that game was probably coming out of the regional, even though it wasn't an elimination game. It didn't have normal stakes, quote unquote. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was crazy how it lined up. I want to know too about like your approach. Last year was kind of weird. Like you probably pitched 2 rubber matches? 3 maybe?
I don't even know if it was 2.
Very
No,
many.
No, because Kentucky was already won.
Kentucky.
Kentucky had already won when you pitched against them.
Yeah, Kentucky was just to not get swept.
Alabama
my
was a
freshman
rubber
year.
match.
Alabama and was Auburn.
Auburn was.
I think it was Alabama, Auburn.
Sonny.
I think those were the only 2.
So you kind of like, I mean, obviously you're a competitive guy. You want to win every game, but you also don't have that, the series getting on the line. Whereas like this year, it's just you change the climate. It's like totally different perspective from you. Did you feel like your, night routine, Saturday night routine changed, or your Sunday morning to get prepped? Or was it, I mean, it's the same mentality for you. You're going out and competing, eat for every strike.
Nothing really changed. I mean, obviously going into up 2-0 is obviously way easier, and it's way more ease of mind, all that. But no, nothing really changed. I kind of, obviously being a year older, had some different things I did in my routine to be more steady and to, actually be more prepared. But nothing really changes whether we're down 0-2, up 0-2, or 2-0, or if it's a rubber match. Kind of trying to keep it, as steady as I can.
Right. I also wanted to ask about, there was a lot of talk, obviously, I mean, I'll say it, Tennessee got robbed of being able to host a regional. What's the difference for you traveling? You got to host regional, super regional, and then had to travel for both. What is, like, obviously I'm sure you prefer it, but what is that like? Why do you prefer it?
I think being at home's nice because obviously, the obvious, having your fans there, having, you're used to the field, used to the mound, everything like that. But on the road, Southern Miss they had a cool atmosphere. A lot of, fans were great baseball fans, like got rowdy. Like that's what you want to see in a super regional. Like that's an environment for a super regional. Cool.
Sure.
But just, I don't know, kind of feel like what helped us, we went through all those delays and everything, and
being under the bleachers.
Yeah. I mean, if we were at home, we'd have been in our own, locker room and stuff. But being over that way, we're kind of like just hanging in the hotel, chilling, like, just being guys hanging at the hotel. It was nothing. It was kind of cool. Just everyone just hung out in one central place. And I don't know if it really changed how we played or anything, but I mean, we sat there for supposed to be like a 1:00 game. We ended up pitching. I think I threw my first pitch at 9:15.
Yeah.
But just, I don't know. Obviously wish it would have been in Knoxville.
Right.
Been a lot cooler. Not being at home's nice, knowing the field and everything. But it's you go down there, and it's been every time we face a coach that's retiring. I hate it. That coach
God.
That coach is such a great coach, and he did so many good things for that program. But I mean, you just don't do that. Like they were trying to give him a good last game at home. I guess I don't know what the NCAA was doing, but I guess they don't realize what we do against retiring coaches.
Yeah. Yeah, we like throwing retirement parties, that's for sure.
Yep.
So you did get to pitch game 3 in the super regional, that punch a ticket to Omaha. What was that kind of like, being the guy that did that? Because it's like a complete turnaround from, your freshman year, where you pitched that rubber match, doesn't go your way. And then what was kind of that like, getting over the hump this year?
Yeah, well, actually, my freshman year, I didn't get the nod in the super.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So no hard feelings there. Me and V talked about it. He knew. I knew. Why. That made sense. So, but I was like, I am not.
So that's the reason. We know why.
I was like, I am not getting the ball in the super regional. I was like, we are getting. What was it? We had to play a doubleheader or whatever.
Yeah.
All that, and I was like, I'm getting the ball. We're gonna win this. And I was like, I'm not letting it get taken out of my hands this year. And he even said that to me. He said he knew. So he said, like, I know you want the ball this year, and it's gonna be in your hands for game 3. So I was excited. I get to pitch in a really meaningful game, to go be a part of one of the coolest experiences ever, which was Omaha, which was dope. I loved Omaha.
Yeah. So what was that experience like? Because that's something Tennessee's like hasn't done in forever. Like you make it to Omaha in 2021, but you don't win a game. What was that kind of like, winning a game in Omaha and kind of getting that monkey off your back too?
Yeah, that game was electric. The game we won was Stanford, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Quinn threw a really good game for them. which he was a workhorse, dude. He threw so much for Stanford this past year, and then yeah, it just kind of I know we didn't win another game, but it was really settling to be like, all right, we came here and we won a game. Obviously, wanted to win it all. I think obviously the winner, LSU, ended up winning it. I think we would have won it if we beat LSU that night. I think that was a deciding game there, but you can't go back and say that not knowing. So
yeah,
that experience was really cool. It was really I know only 8 teams get to do it a year, but it's something I wish everybody could do and enjoy that because it's an experience you'll never forget.
Well, what's that like? What was it like for you to finally just be like, "Hey, I belong"? Because Dylan Cruz had some nice words to say about you after that game. When did you finally be like, "Hey, I'm going to be in the big leagues one day too"?
I hope so. God willing, I'll get there. Cruz, he's awesome, dude. He's I don't know. I don't think anybody can say anything bad about the dude. He's such a nice guy. So I was thankful that he said those nice things about me. But yeah, that stage is insane. I mean, you go to LSU like we did this year, and it's 13,000 Cajuns, and they all hate you. They just it's what you want to see in SEC baseball. You go to Omaha, and it's 26,000 people, but it's 26,000 people that want to be there to watch a good baseball game.
Yeah,
and that's kind of how I describe it. It's more of feels like a big league atmosphere. Everyone's just, there's constant chatter in the background, but it's not over, it's not 13,000 Cajuns yelling at you or, whatever, how many Bomb Stadium or whatever in Arkansas holds. It's not a bunch of people who hate you. It's people that are there that, want to see some good baseball and enjoy some baseball. So I thought that atmosphere was different than anything I experienced in college. And I thought it was really cool. Had some nerves in the first inning, but after that, kind of settled and felt really good to be out there.
Yeah, we'll do it again next year.
Absolutely.
You
Hopefully
mentioned
a few more games.
Yeah, that'd be great. You mentioned Quinn and then going. I think he threw like 110 pitches in super regional.
Yeah.
Do you know your max pitch? Like, what's the most you've thrown?
I think 111 was that Vanderbilt complete game.
Okay. So from your perspective, like what's your competitor? Like what would you be in your head willing to go in like a situation like Stanford was in, or you saw Paul Skeens throw a crap ton in a weekend as well?
Yeah.
Like what's for you? Do you have like you know where your body would quit, or you're like, I'll push it all the way?
Yeah, I think that I don't know. Like I think my body is able. I mean, I think I could, get up there and throw 150 pitches. Like I'm not gonna love how I feel the next day. Like nobody is. I can promise you Quinn was not feeling great after he threw however many pitches he threw, but it's doable. Recovery just becomes that much more important whenever you do that much. I think the coaches here at Tennessee do such a great job with that though, of not overworking us. Like they know that, obviously they'll stretch us out if, we got something going like I did against Vanderbilt or, it's just working. But we've got so many good guys in the bullpen and stuff like that. There's no reason to throw a guy up there for 125 pitches. And when you've got a bunch of guys who are fresh right behind them that are going to do just as good a job, the coaches here know that we all aspire to play at the next level and stuff. So they don't want to hurt us while we're here.
Yeah.
Right. So do you kind of have like, I don't know if sour is the right word, but when you see that happening, are you kind of like, what is that coach thinking? Or in your head, you're like, yeah, if I'm on that mound and I know what I've got to do, like it's probably gonna be hard to take the ball out of my hand as well. Cause those guys are built similarly.
Yeah. I understand exactly how the pitchers, I'm like, there's no chance he wants to come out of the game. Like sometimes I'll be like 108 pitches. I think it might even the Southern Miss game. I was like, no, I don't want to come out yet. I was like, what are you doing? Like, stay in there. I don't want to come out just yet. But
do you tell them no? Do you shake your head or?
I've tried. One time Vitello actually let me. But I think I was only like 95 pitches, and he was gonna see. I think he said he was shaky on if he was actually gonna do it or not, and then he started to, and I gave him like that, and he actually listened to me. But there's been other times that I'll be like, no, stay there, and he just right. He's like, I got my mind made up. So
He's a fast walker. It's hard to slow him down.
Oh yeah, you gotta get his attention before he makes it out of the dugout, or there's no turning back for him.
Yeah, he's got a quick pop up time for sure. I wanted to talk NIL a little bit. So, definitely a new thing going around, but it was perfect timing of your parents because here you are getting to college as soon as NIL comes out. And so how much have you made? I'm just kidding. You know, unless you want to.
Show the bank records.
What's that kind of like? Because you grow up thinking like, I go to college, I take care of business, and then I make a paycheck when I get drafted.
Yeah.
Then it's like a completely different story. And not that you make that kind of money at Tennessee, because I think that's unrealistic, but the fact that you get a little bit of something off your name, image, likeness, what's that kind of been like? And what are some things that you've done?
Yeah, I've always, even before NIL was a thing, it was always in talks. Like people always like, hey, why don't players, get paid? Yeah. So I've always been on the side of, yeah, I think players should get paid. Not in the way, obviously, I like the way it is now. Like it shouldn't be, performance based. Like, hey, if you go out and strike out 20 guys, here's about this amount of money. I like how it is. I like how it's based, and I think it's in a good standing right now. I think there'll probably be some revisions to it. People complaining and stuff about, oh, this school's bringing in so much money. Who knows? Yeah. People always complain.
I do think you should also get queso anytime you all have 10 strikes. I think that should.
I do too. I agree.
Okay.
We don't get a ticket to the game, so anytime we get case for queso, we don't get the free queso because we don't have a ticket.
Well, we need to fix that. That's my only performance-based one you all should get, in my opinion.
There we go. But yeah, it's really cool to come in and just, be in this new era. Dude, my freshman year, no one had any clue. Right. Had any clue at all what to do. And then, like, if you even got in contact with a company, they'd be like, what is that? Like, I have no clue what that means. Like, what is this NIL you're talking about? Like, you're asking me for an NIL and I don't even know what it is. So, but it's been interesting. It's been fun. The fun parts about it are actually like there's opportunities to, like, connect with like fans and stuff, and like that's the fun part. So you go to a signing and just hang out with people. And I think this weekend I'm going to like a travel ball team's banquet, so I'm going hang out with some kids and stuff. So just like fun stuff like that. I mean, there's obviously guys, football obviously gets the big money. That's they bring in the most money, so obviously people are gonna want to give those players money. But it's just cool to see what some people get and how you can cater your NIL to yourself. As like the stuff I like isn't the same as someone like Kirby or Dollander had. They had different deals because it catered to them. It's the stuff they like. And I've really enjoyed it. It's still, people are still trying to figure it out, but it's getting more and more clear on what you can do and stuff like that. So I've enjoyed it a lot.
I don't know if we could get you any like actual NIL deals, but we did get Xander Seacrest a box of Big League Chew. So if you got something in mind like that, like let me know. I'll tag him in a tweet. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, we
dude, Xander is. I don't know if y'all ever had talk to him in person. Dude, he is so funny.
Dude, okay.
We love him.
I was going to
Xander's our dude.
Game, but now that we already brought him up, he did submit some questions to us.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, he's a loyal listener.
All right.
So he said, who's the funniest pitcher on the staff?
It's Xander.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said, who's your dad on the pitching staff?
It's Xander. Yeah. So we have this like family tree. So it starts with Woody, which is our athletic trainer.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the top of the family tree. Yeah. Great grandfather to me, I guess, because then it's Redmond Walsh.
That checks out. Age-wise, that we're following age-wise.
So that's Redmond. And then we skipped like 20 years of college and then got to Xander because Redmond's ancient.
Yeah.
And so then Xander, and then it's me, and then below me is AJ Russell.
Okay.
So then we'll see who AJ picks as his quote-unquote son this year.
I like this. We have like a whole fraternity as the baseball team. I like that.
Just to add to the Redmond Walsh is old joke, can we put Frank Anderson under Redmond Walsh in the family tree?
Apparently I don't know when they started doing it, but at some point we started adding uncles and cousins, and so Frank's an uncle.
Okay. Yeah, he's
So he's in there somewhere, but yeah, I don't know. They started expanding the tree, and I just know the main. I know the trunk. I know who's on the main part.
So AJ Russell, stud.
I love him. He's great. He's gonna be a big factor for us this year.
Yeah.
I think he can fill a role. I think he can fill a role for us.
Also a Tennessee guy.
He is. Yeah, me and him live like 20 minutes from each other, but didn't know each other. So.
Okay. So I guess I'm not sure what he's from, but Redmond, Xander, you and AJ, all Tennessee guys. Is that how it worked out?
Xander's Atlanta, or not
That's
Atlanta,
right.
but Georgia something.
Yeah. Okay.
I was about to say I didn't know Xander was from Tennessee, but Landon's lying to us.
Yeah, I just
Trying to pull a fast one.
Yeah.
They'd have never known. It's all right.
Nah.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you too. Is that all Xander submitted? I'm sorry.
He asked,
want to jump in?
Does Xander really chew a lot of gum?
Yeah, dude, he does the I don't know how he does it, but he has the 27 outs where he does one piece of gum for every out. And dude, I've done it and got to like 11, and I'm like, dude, I'm done. Like I just
my jaws
cannot
hurt.
physically chew anymore. And he does it, but yeah, dude, I forgot how much he ended up getting last year, but he kept up with every piece of gum he chewed for the entire season.
His dentist must hate him.
I forget. We're like 40 games in, and he was like, I want to say like 800 or something. I don't know if that's true, but it was a lot.
I think that was a Twitter. I think the main Twitter ran a question for a prize one day. Is that right?
Gosh.
Yeah,
I believe so.
So we might know the how to get there mathematically next year. It's for every out.
Yeah, he doesn't do it every game, but
Okay.
I feel like he did it like once a week. But he also pitches with gum in his mouth.
Yeah,
he should do it for the games he pitches. Be out there with 17 pieces of gum.
I'm like, he has. So we walk out to the field, like we walk out to the bullpen every day together, and he has this routine. Like he goes. I'm sorry if he didn't want me to share this, but he goes over to the bubble gum and he gets. I forget how many pieces, but it's literally a routine wrapped around bubble gum, and he puts a few pieces in, a few pieces in his back pocket. I think he pitches with pieces in his back pocket. I don't know. He's an odd fellow, but we love him.
That is a gum addiction. I wonder if he's just like one of those guys who sees free stuff and takes it. And so you guys have all the free gum in the dugout. And he's like, yeah, that's mine.
Yeah.
It might be that.
Can't pass up on it, you know?
No. I did want to ask you, this year you sported the purple glove. I think you even had purple cleats for some games. Obviously, you know that's really meaningful to you. Just explain kind of what that's about and why you decided to do that this year.
Yeah, so my sister, who's 15 years old now, she has spinal muscular atrophy, which is a muscular disorder. Basically, she's been in a wheelchair for pretty much her entire life. I think, maybe a couple years old, she was not in a wheelchair, but so yeah, it's a muscular disease that kind of prohibits her from, building a lot of muscle and being able to do basic, standing and walking and stuff like that. So other than that, she's perfectly fine. She's a student. She's her cheer manager at her high school. Lives a pretty normal life other than just being wheelchair bound. And so this year I was just kind of didn't really know what to do for a glove. And we get to customize one every year. So I was sitting there, and like purple came up on the color options. I was like, what if I just made a purple glove? I was like, I got no clue if they'd allow that. And then I kind of went up to Coach Elander. I was like, hey, like, how do you feel about this? And he's like, dude, if you don't do that, I'm gonna be mad. I was like, okay, sweet. I was like, I appreciate it. And like they were like, yeah, absolutely, we'd love for you to do it. And they let me put the like hashtag CureSMA on it. So I was really grateful. I loved it. It was awesome. Yeah. It faded a lot. It's like a purplish gray now because of the sun. But yeah,
you have it with you?
No, it's at the field.
Okay.
I wish I had it, but yeah. Then I just kind of ran with it and figured, if I have a purple glove and a sea of orange in Knoxville, people will ask questions why it's purple.
Yeah.
And so it kind of just gave me a platform to kind of talk about her story and spread the word.
Yeah. Is she your biggest critic too?
Yeah, she does. Yeah, She tells me
she's like, hey,
she
you
tells
gave
me I
up
suck.
on-"
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know how much she actually watches the games more than just socializes, but she
I do
she sure to tell me.
MVP room quite a bit. So,
Oh, really?
oh
I don't
yeah.
know how she gets down, how she's allowed in there. But
I mean, what are you
MVP.
gonna?
They
Yeah,
allow
I-
Landon in there. I mean, they'll allow
yeah
anyone.
if I could get in there,
who knows? She's got her ways. So.
yeah. Just like Drew Beam's sister. What are you gonna do?
Who knows?
What's the velo looking like this year? Went up from freshman year to sophomore. We gonna hit triple digits this year?
I would literally be so happy if they hit triple digits. That'd be so cool. Which is so absurd to me. Like I grew up watching baseball and like triple digits was like, all right, you have Aroldis Chapman. Everybody else have fun throwing 93.
Yeah.
And now you got starters on the daily throwing 100. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
how did our game become this
Yeah.
in such a short period? But yeah, the goal, I mean, goal is obviously to get people out, but hitting 100 would be really cool.
Yeah, somebody's gonna top Ben Joyce one day. So
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know if
could be you
this year. Yeah, I'd be really happy. That'd be really cool. But I don't think I'm getting up to what did he hit 105.5 or something?
Yeah.
At Tennessee. That's absurd, dude.
Just get a bullpen game. It seemed to work for Chase Burns. I mean, just came out literally on fire.
Literally let it fly. Yeah.
Just beg for like a midweek bullpen game. Just be like, hey.
Yeah, just like, hey, instead of a bullpen this week, like let me throw an inning in the game.
Yeah.
Let me
So
let it fly.
what's the fastest you've hit?
I think 98. I think I hit it at LSU.
Feels like 90.
I think I hit it twice.
Okay.
So
we can probably cheat.
So that's all that matters.
Yeah.
We can
miles an hour.
probably. I maybe check that radar gun. It might not have been calculated. It might have been triple digits.
Maybe you can
know.
chew a couple pieces of gum and maybe that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, I was talking earlier. I was like, because I don't drink energy drinks or anything. I was like, dude, I'm just gonna chug a bang before one inning. Just go out there and literally be wired and see how hard I can throw a baseball.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna drill somebody in the back of the head.
Oh yeah, probably would have zero clue where it's going. But
Yeah.
To be fair, no one really remembers it if it hits triple digits.
Yeah,
they don't know if it was. In the glove or not.
Strike. Yeah.
Say Joyce hit one or threw one and about took off the Mississippi State dude's head. But hey,
didn't he hit an umpire?
Yeah, I think he did. And then Aroldis Chapman's against Andrew McCutcheon literally almost killed him.
Yeah.
And it was 105.7 or something, like fastest pitch at the time. But
it's unreal. All right. I have one more question. Caleb, do you have any more?
I don't. That's it for me.
All right. One last question. How far can you throw an orange?
Oh, I don't know what's the comparison of weight between an orange and a baseball?
I would think it would be harder to throw an orange than a baseball.
Hard. Yeah. I figured it's probably.
Can you outthrow Joe Milton?
Probably not. I'd say, but orange is probably closer to a golf ball
or like a tennis ball, maybe.
Maybe a tennis ball.
Yeah, I'd say it would be a little bit easier to throw an orange than a tennis ball. I think it's got a little bit more weight to it, but I'd say they're more similar than a baseball to an orange.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I could definitely throw it 100 yards. I think Milton threw it like over 100 yards. So
yeah,
because he threw it from the end zone to the fence, and that fence is like way past the end zone of that practice field. So
I think in the Juwan Jennings QB competition, you and Juwan both throw an orange. As far as you can. Yep.
I don't know. I for sure can throw it 70. Like I'm going. That's the floor. I think ceiling might be like 100.
What about football? When's the last time you thrown a football that far?
Oh my gosh, I don't know the last time I've thrown a football.
Are you allowed to if we're getting in trouble?
We're not allowed to have footballs at the baseball field because somebody got hurt one time.
I was about to say
this. It probably has to do with Evan Russell or Drew Gilbert.
Yeah, so they're banned for 10 years. So in 10 years, you may see a football back at Lindsey Nelson. But I don't know. I think in high school, in high school, I threw a ball. I think the longest in the air was like close to 65, 70.
Okay.
So,
but may have been wind enhanced. wind behind me, but hey, it counts. So
yeah, wind time. Yeah,
Couldn't have been blowing that hard. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but I could throw it pretty far. I think accuracy became a little problem for me, but it's whatever.
Yeah,
I can throw a baseball accurately, so
it
works,
Yeah, you picked the right sport, I guess.
Yeah.
Make sure Vitello is keeping out for a package. I think I'm gonna ship a football to the facility now.
See what happens.
see
he's gonna
if it can
pop.
make its way to the locker room.
Yeah, maybe we can hide it in Chad Zerker's bag or something.
Oh, dude, you gotta write some like funny note on it or something. So
let the boys. I'm just gonna write "Let the boys play," like and remember the Titans. Just
I love it. Love it.
Boys will be boys. Or if you fumble my football, I'll kick you in your John Brown highlights.
I love it.
Yeah, we got this.
Yeah,
man, I appreciate you hopping on. It's been a ton of fun. We'll have to do it again. Especially I know baseball season's very busy for you, so we'll just Sunday nights we'll put you on every night. It'll be all right.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, you and Xander will come on and just duke it out.
Yeah, come do a post game interview on the field.
Yeah,
we'll do it. That's an official invite.
Yeah,
we're in.
You got it. Let's do it.
Awesome. Thanks, Drew. Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely. Appreciate y'all having me.
Good luck. See you, brother.
Appreciate it.
We're back. Caleb was not back. All right. So that was Drew Beam, All-American, Team USA, All-SEC. Just all-around dude, Tennessee guy. Love that he hates Vanderbilt. Awesome stuff. Let's kind of close out the show a little bit. I don't really have any questions. We didn't have any questions on the ones we got. We kind of mentioned them to Drew there. But let's go to Stupidity is an Epidemic. I have a couple. Joe, if you want to hop in here too, if you got any. I got one. So the Cincinnati Bearcats, the football account on Twitter said the ultimate hype man, strap up, we're wired with at Tanner Mordecai. Tanner Mordecai is the Wisconsin quarterback. So don't know why the Cincinnati account was tweeting about Tanner Mordecai. I wonder if the guy who's like in charge of that did Cincinnati's last year. Now he's with Wisconsin. I don't know, but love that. And I don't know how that happens, honestly. What's up, Joey?
What up? I don't know. What? Huh?
So the Cincinnati football account on Twitter tweeted the ultimate hype man, strap up, we're wired with Tanner Mordecai. It's got a picture of Tanner Mordecai, but they're Wisconsin players. This is Wisconsin. It was supposed to be a Wisconsin account, but the Cincinnati account. So I wonder if the intern or whoever does social media for him was at Cincinnati last year and he just got the accounts mixed up, but it was deleted shortly after. But awesome stuff.
Screenshots left forever.
Yeah.
That's like a big, I mean, it's not like in hindsight, it's not a big deal, but like, I guess I feel like you would get, I mean, I feel like the moment you ended an internship, you probably get moved.
Yeah, you got to change that password.
That's awesome. I mean, thank God I'd never tweet anything bad out from the more important issues. I don't know how that hasn't happened. The first two tweets I sent out for the show were on my account on accident. I just flustered them and I messed up the intro. I got so it's getting back in the scheme of things. But
love it. Yeah. Hey, we'll work out the kinks for football season. That's what fall camp's for.
Exactly. This is what the off season's for. Is we don't do this during the real season. This is the practice runs.
Yeah. I got one more, and I think it's just Stupidity is just losing fantasy football. But this is awesome. So the Giants announcer Dave Fleming finished last in fantasy football. So his punishment, he had to work as the bat boy for the Giants one night.
I saw that. I think that's pretty cool. I wish like more professional, because what was that whole thing? There was like was it the NFL? Like there was a fantasy football thing and there was like celebrity beef across like between like I don't know if it was Scott Van Pelt or something, or certain NFL players were beefing with each other like seriously about it. But like I wish more professional, like that's funny. Like I think, I don't know, some random implication that all of us actually get to watch on TV happens. I don't know, coaches do it or Someone on the sidelines at a football game.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And that's also
I need to see more like harmless punishments.
Yeah,
harmless punishments
that's
are
a
the best.
mild punishment. I mean, I've seen some absolutely brutal punishment.
Right.
Just brutal. I mean, Caleb fell asleep.
No, I was making my bed. Why didn't y'all tell me? Putting sheets back on my bed, I should say.
I texted you.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
It's okay.
No, I forget. I have that. I have all my group texts muted just because.
Yeah, I'm the same.
You know how it goes. How long have we been back?
5 minutes. 5 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's not terrible. I was like, y'all might be wrapping up the show right now.
I mean, we're closing out.
Have you done Stupidity?
Yeah, we're in it right now. Do you have any?
Yeah.
Let's hear. Maybe.
Oh, we didn't get to talk about this because you didn't remind me, Landon, and I told you to remind me on Thursday. So yes, okay. I do. What the hell is up with everyone gatekeeping hole-in-ones? Like, why is it not hard to figure out what a hole-in-one is? Did you see that insane Barstool one where what was it called? Foreplay? Someone wrote in, they were like, my buddy went and played golf the other day. He played 9 holes and then turned around and played the same 9. And on number, he had a hole-in-one. Should it count? And they argued about it.
What the hell? Okay. Yeah, that counts.
Okay, but I think so I think it's different perspective from like Landon, like versus like me just like golfing before, because like in theory, you just think like you play 18. I mean, I agree it counts, but I do see the area of like, that's your second time playing the hole in the same day. And some people would say, that's the second time he's played that hole today. And if you were to hit one shot on hole 1 and then like, or whatever the first par 3 is, and then you drop your ball and hit a second shot, like people would never say that counts as hole 1.
That doesn't. I don't think that counts as a hole in one.
No, I don't either. I think the other one does.
It 100% does. What happens to a non-hole course? You have to play the same 9 again.
Well, I'm also thinking about like in a tournament, don't like those players play the same course the next day?
Bingo. What if I play 36 in the summer all the time? What the heck, Joey? We're in the middle of this. You can't just do that to me. I want to hear your take. If I play 36 in the same day, I still play the same holes twice. If I hit a hole in one, I'm counting it.
Yeah. I don't.
Yes. If you are like playing, if you're like, oh, I want to hit that again, and you drop, not a hole in one. If these hole in one challenges where they go up and hit 45 balls over and over again, that's not a hole in one. Is a one shot challenge. No. It's still impressive, but it's not a hole in one. And then there's another one.
Can't count as your hole in one because it has to be like I've hit a simulator hole in one before playing 18 holes on a simulator with friends. It doesn't count like as much as
it's not a hole in one. That's really cool. Yeah,
it is cool. Like because I like to think if I was in the exact same conditions at Torrey Pines, it would have happened. In theory, I mean, it took the right balance, and it's not like simulator golf, but it's definitely not. It doesn't count. But
right, you gotta see
it, especially for someone that doesn't golf that much. Just the action of hitting a hole in one while playing a round of golf is.
But did you? So what if I play 36 in the same day?
That count? Well, yeah, I see what you're saying.
So it's the same thing as like 9.
I know that's why I'm saying like there's like I think it counts, but I think
it's a round. Like I think if you're playing
arguments there.
Yeah, if you're playing in a round of golf. So like Saturday, we're going out to the Hacker Cup. Shout out to the Hacker Cup. Can't wait. We've got cool gifts. We're giving away tickets to South Carolina on 17, close to the pin. Like I'm gonna take a golf club out there. If I hit a hole in one there, I'm not gonna count that as a hole in one. Because I'm probably gonna hit from there a few times. I'm not in a round of golf. I view that differently. But like Friday night, we go out, I'm just playing 9 holes. Or let's say we turn and play, 10, 11, 12, which none of those are par 3. It'd be really cool to hit a hole in one on a par 4, but none of them are. Like if I hit a hole in one in those, while it's not technically in a round of golf, like I'm playing a round of golf, I would count that as a hole in one.
That's a good point. If you play 9 and jump to 12 or whatever and hit a hole in one, does that count?
As long as like I think you're playing a round of golf, yes, I think it does.
That's fair.
But then like the people who say like par 3 courses don't count, yes, they do. I think they count. I think if it's like have you played the Wee course in Knoxville? It's no longer called the Wee course. They like have rebranded Williams Creek.
The Concord one, like over by Lakeside?
No, that one I don't think would count.
Yeah, that's not like okay. So like, isn't Is it no? Is it Williams Creek?
Williams Creek is like a legit like executive par 3 course. Like,
correct.
yes,
You're
they have like
back
an 80-yard holes and stuff. Like their greens are in good condition. Like they have real tee boxes. I think that one counts. And if I wouldn't gatekeep, I also wouldn't gatekeep. If one of my friends just said, "Hey, I had a hole in one," it was at Concord, I'd be like, "That's awesome." Like, count that.
Cool,
whatever.
But it was also like an 80-yard shot. It was like not.
If you count that, count it. But like, I wouldn't say anything. I just don't get the gatekeeping it. I don't get it.
I did hit a hole in one on the putt course at the beach last week.
That's a round of golf.
I had three hole in ones one time in putt.
God, I mean, you can't even let me have a moment.
Caleb's going.
Wait, have you never had is that the only hole in one you've had in putt?
I mean, probably that I can remember anyway.
Wow,
probably.
I had a hole in.
We're gonna get you one on the actual.
I wish it was
golf
still on
course
video.
Tomorrow.
The coolest hole in one I ever had.
I'm hitting one tomorrow.
Have you seen the video of my hole in one at NASCAR Speed Park that round, where I shot it through like a pull shot, and it was like through like can't think of the word right now, mulch, like down a hill through mulch, and then it bounced onto the green like 3 times and went in. I was in like 6th grade. It was sick for a 6-year-old. Hey, I probably would have reacted the exact same way now, but it was sick then.
This isn't a hole in one story, but we played golfing at the beach, and I played bad all day. Like some of the worst. I'm pretty bad anyway, but like couldn't like get it off the tee box, couldn't like figure it out. And who are you calling?
I feel like you don't believe me how sick it is, so I'm going to confirm. Hey, confirm how sick my hole in one was at NASCAR Speed Park when I was like 12 years old. That I used the putter like a pool stick.
I mean, legit, unbelievable.
They're not buying it. No reaction.
Don't love me into Landon's fantasy.
You saw the video and there's no reaction?
No, I the video was on MySpace at one point, but there's no way I can find it now. No. That's how old this video is. It was on MySpace.
That's how old.
I'll find it.
Caleb, this is before puberty as well.
Yes, so. It was. True.
Nice.
True story.
Yeah. Okay. So you wouldn't be able to do it now because you have armpit hair.
Yeah, bingo. Hey, we're talking. Hold on, we're talking about gatekeeping hole in ones, executive course, par 3 courses. You count them?
I do count them.
What about like Williams Creek's obvious? What about like Concord or that place out in Halls? You count
it? I count it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
Counted.
It's a hole in which your first shot's from the tee. I don't care if it's 75 yards or not.
So you're hole in one at putt counts, Landon. Good job. All right. Thank you.
We'll see.
Did you keep the ball?
I guess it's just
no, but I was kind of disappointed there wasn't a free round with it.
You should at least.
Oh, you have to do it on the last hole. It's on 18. You have to hit a hole in one on 18 to get the free round.
Oh, this is on 17. Damn it.
That's what it normally is. Yeah, it's normally like 18 because your ball usually like you can't actually finish 18 unless you hit a hole in one. I think on most courses.
They made it where it's like impossible to
get
your ball back, which kind of sucks.
Right. It is kind of stupid.
But no, like I was playing horrible all day long. 18th hole, I'm just like mad at myself. Like I hate golf, and popped the drive 300 yards right down the middle. And I was like,
legit?
Yeah.
You all 300?
Yeah. You want me to call somebody and ask them? I'm just kidding.
I mean, I just got pumped for
I'm
you.
just kidding.
You reacted to mine.
No,
like you were like,
no.
You were like, you gave me a head nod. You're like,
I really didn't hear what you said. You said you popped it off the mulch as a pull stick. I got
down with my putter. I used the butt end of the putter like a pull stick. So I was laying flat, like you're shooting a pull shot, but on the ground. And then the hole was like the tee box is up high and it winded down a hill to the green or to the hole. And instead of going the long way around, I just went down like the mulch path that was not part of the course. I saw it like, Happy saw the putt on 18 to win the gold jacket, kind of saw it similarly. And I took the path less traveled and it fell right off like the rock. You know, that weird, like it's fake rock at putt courses.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
It was like, it fell off that and just bounced a couple times.
Did you jump in the water? Yeah. You probably
I did not.
Some bad diseases from some of that water that's there.
Shout out to Scott Temple. He videotaped it on a digital camera. Again, how old this video is.
He probably still has it, honestly.
So,
he may.
I feel like photographers have to keep everything they've ever filmed, which is probably dangerous. But
I looked for it probably like 5 or 6 years ago. Like, some stuff's up on MySpace still, or it was at one point. Couldn't find it. No. I also deleted my MySpace one time. I think it was like a year out of high school because I was hanging out with these girls and they all looked up on my MySpace in front of me and just made fun of me for like an hour. So I was like deleting that. I never want to experience that night ever again.
Probably my you had your song playlist. Dude, I would hate to see what mine was. It was probably so lame.
It might have been bangers.
It might have been. I feel like put on. That
would have been right in line with I'm in love with.
Put on by Young Jeezy was definitely on it.
That's a banger then. That's the whole playlist is good then.
Yeah.
I do have a great playlist on Spotify. It's called Landon's Greatest Hits Volume 2. If you ever want to look it up, it's sick.
Is Volume 1 any good?
Honestly, I had to change the Spotify account, so I don't know what Volume 1 actually has anymore. But Volume 2 is bangers only.
Bangers only.
Yep.
ABCs.
Well, that's all I got.
I think that's all I got for stupidity. I had one more thing I wanted to talk about, I believe. Did we do Roback yet?
No.
It's fire.
Let's do Roback real quick.
Dude.
5 hours. That'll be my sleep playlist.
Dang,
there's like 80
hours?
songs on it.
And you put effort into it. Because my playlist that are 5 hours long, I kind of just hit add to playlist. So I'm like, yeah,
it's a little bit of everything.
But you put effort.
It's.
But I'm saying you intentionally made it though.
You do have a little bit of everything.
I like that.
It literally goes from rock and a hard place to Peppa's to drinking problem. It is down, way up, and then way back down.
Yeah, it's got
I got by Midland.
Yeah,
drinking problem.
Great song.
Great song.
Yeah, we can also play it at the tailgate.
I saw them live. How random is that? I've seen Midland live. Yeah, good concert.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna Roback. Yeah, guys, go check out Roback. New users use promo code More Important Issues for 20% off your entire purchase. Doesn't matter what it is. It's got the best quality polos, quarter zips, joggers, shorts, t-shirts, hoodies, whatever you want. They also have women's wear. So go check them out. Again, use promo code More Important Issues for 20% off your first purchase. Yeah, dude, go check out the playlist. Sick.
Pretty fire.
Just like guys here. I saw this League World. Y'all can see it's pretty clear.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that video. That's a classic.
You see it?
Yeah.
I hope it ended up being a player's sister on the team. Yeah, one of their teammates' sisters. And so he sees that on ESPN and he's like, my sister is hot.
Heck yeah.
Dude, I got to listen to this playlist.
Yeah, go for it, dude. I mean,
are you doing it tonight?
I
might have to.
Yeah, just put it on.
Throw it on the pregame. I know y'all going to the bean tonight. Y'all don't have responsibilities for another week.
Good point. I mean, yeah, it's definitely gonna be my sleep one. It's all over the place. If I wake up to Drift Away by Uncle Cracker, though, I don't really know. And Kevin Gates. Now we're talking.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, just absolutely
Cardi B.
fire show. Yeah, you gotta have a little bit of Cardi B. You gotta get nasty at some point.
No
Dude,
Lizzo?
what about I don't think we ever talked about Lizzo, which guys, I'm with Lizzo. I don't care. Cancel culture. But yeah, that's pretty insane. If true.
Are you a Lizzo fan?
I think Good as Hell is a banger of all bangers.
Dude, okay, so not a Lizzo fan, but Billie Eilish, really cool moment. She was at a concert, and you know that black top, big T-shirt, Billie Eilish. You know what I'm talking about, that song? She actually brought up that dude on stage, and he performed that song.
That's a you made it moment for both of them, I think.
Oh yeah, it was
like this dude's like probably his only. I don't know who is that. I've only ever heard it on TikTok.
Armani White.
I don't think it's what.
Armani White. Is that?
It's like probably like his only famous song. So like he got to do it on stage, and then Billie Eilish was like, "I had a song mentioned."
Yeah, and like he was so pumped about it, he like got her a necklace because she let him do that at her concert. So
yeah, Armani White. Good call, Landon.
Yeah, you know,
nice.
Well, that's how. Am I wrong that? I mean, I might be speaking out your guys' thing, but do you know Kid Laroi?
Yeah.
Wasn't that like he got big by making that song about Ass and Ray or whatever, and that was supposed to. He was like that guy that like never like everyone was like, oh, he just made a TikTok song and then blew up. So
yeah, this guy basically did that. Yeah, he was just like that TikTok song, and he actually did it on stage. And hey, maybe this is a takeoff moment for him. So
that's what I'm saying.
What about the guy that's singing that song, Richmond from Norfolk or whatever?
That's on my playlist.
Richmond, north of Richmond.
Whatever it is.
Richmond or something.
Richmond, yeah, I don't care.
I get it.
It's a good song.
Have you? It's good. I think it's good. It has some cheesy lines in there that I'm like,
the fudge rounds.
Was this written for a VBS? But yeah,
dude, the minor line is pretty dang good.
A little cheesy, but it's like kind of like a
dude. That's deep. I feel like it's deep. All right, so Joey, have you listened to this song?
I've heard it. Yeah, I haven't paid attention to the lyrics like that, but I've heard it.
It was like, I wish politicians would look out for minors
instead of looking for minors on an island somewhere.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm with Caleb. I'm also like pretty. I don't like
Jeffrey Epstein wasn't a politician, but he does have ties to politicians.
Well,
anyways,
he was.
I think it's a pretty like the music's good. He's got a great voice. I don't even care about the song necessarily. My favorite part about the song is all the conspiracy theories going around on why this dude has gone viral. It's been awesome. First off, the people are like, "This guy's gonna start a revolution." I'm like, okay, let's find out. The second is the opposite. People who are like, he's only come to fame because this is a media campaign to stir up. I don't know. It's hilarious. It's been my favorite thing ever.
I love that the guy's just singing in the woods with two dogs just laying beside of him.
That's another thing.
The best part.
Well, people are like, this is clearly, and it is. People are like, this is clearly a professionally made video. This isn't like a guy playing guitar on his front porch. And I'm like, I mean, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Like he's had some help.
I like it. I thought it sounded good.
I think he's got a great voice. I think he can clearly, play the strings a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm so critical of that stuff. I got to
of him playing live. His back is soaking wet.
Yeah, probably shouldn't wear like a light gray shirt there.
First time on stage, he'll learn.
It happens.
Yeah. No, I don't hate the song. You misheard me.
Okay.
I just think it's got. Yeah. I mean, some songs have cheesy lines.
So you watch what you say about the playlist.
It's on the playlist already.
Oh yeah, it's on there.
How many songs have you? Yeah, because you have. That's like there's like 20 songs after that song, which is weird because you must have added that song like not more than a week ago.
Yeah, I added that song on Tuesday. I add to the playlist quite a bit. So, and I'll delete stuff if I don't think a song's a banger anymore. It's out.
I found a new bluegrass band. That's been grinding on that.
People don't do that.
Yeah,
we'll make that playlist our 500th episode in the background.
That would be cool.
That'd be sick. We'll just bump it.
Just get it ripped off YouTube. Like they'll be like, you played 8 hours of copyrighted songs.
How much can they really? Are they going to go after that long of songs? I mean, come on.
It was a mistake. Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, like if we made them listen to the whole thing, that would be cool. Somebody had to listen to it, or some software, I guess, had to listen to it.
Yeah, probably software. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Hey, we made them work, baby. Make them earn. Make that software earn it.
Yeah, we're gonna earn getting banned from YouTube.
Yeah.
How many episodes do we have left? Is this 40?
46. 24
sure?
left. 47? Is it 47?
I think it's 48. I can't see it because Landon's in the way. Oh, no, it's just I was seeing 2023.
Okay. Yeah. 446. I think it was said. They did.
I'll leave you.
I think we'll let Joey clean.
I just get Landon out. Way easier. Yeah, 486.
Awesome.
Cool. So 24.
Yep, 24 left. No,
3, and then the big one. It's huge.
We should get the 24 countdown for the last 24 episodes.
We
That's
have 14 left.
14 left. I can't do math.
Oh.
I didn't know Joey's still on summer break.
Yikes.
That's about as difficult as math questions I'm going to get.
This is not a school pod. We didn't come here to play school. We didn't come here to talk about school.
Right. Yeah. Those two didn't do school long enough to do a podcast. So, all right, guys. That's all we got. Anything else?
There may not be any available. There's only 2 available last night, but if there are, get the last 2 more important issues hats. These are dope.
Awesome stuff. I can tweet out. I have a picture ready. I'm going to tweet out tomorrow.
It's okay. I'm sure they've seen them. If not, sorry.
Yeah. Bangers only. We'll have more. We'll do it again. Yeah, we'll do it again.
Support small business. We're as small as they come.
Yeah. Yeah. 0 profit.
That's actually generous.
Yeah. Yeah. We're definitely in the hole.
We're in the black. We're in the red just a little bit.
By half.
One day we'll get in the green. Guys, thanks again for listening.
Do accounting. God.
In the black.
Yeah. It's accounting terms, baby. You're in the red or the black. There ain't no green up in here.
Money's green, baby.
I would prefer to be in the green. We take cold hard cash only.
Yes. No tax.
Unless you're listening, then tax.
Yes, unless you're the IRS, we definitely do our taxes. Guys, thanks again. I know we're going on tangents, but it's been fun. Great interview with Drew Beam. We'll get that out there. And hopefully you're listening to this on Friday morning as you stroll into work. And then we got Friday night golf with the boys tomorrow. Got a golf tournament on Saturday. It's going to be fun. And, thanks again. Love you guys. We're bringing the boat in, and we out.